This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, Bhavya.
Good morning, Bhavya.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So, meanwhile, do you have any questions from yesterday's topic?
No, Bhavya, I'm good.
Fine. So, I'll just give a quick recap, um, from yesterday's one. See,
Can we start, Bhavya?
sorry?
Can we start recording?
Yeah, I just started.
Okay,
Thanks for reminding.
no problem.
Okay. See, yesterday we saw what is data, right? It is nothing but an information about any object. So, object is nothing but an if anything that have existence in this world, okay, in this universe. Okay, let's say we are having the living planet, or the human social animals, or the animals living in only the earth planet. So I'm just considering it as an world. So can we take a planet, see, except from earth, can we take moon and it is an object? Yes, we can. So anything that have existence in the universe, in the world, everywhere, that is nothing but an object. So information about that particular object is nothing but an data that we just saw, right? So yeah, we have some definitions and all, and the two types of data we have already seen. One is qualitative and quantitative. Like, if you talk about color of an object, smell of an object, taste of an object, which means which cannot be numerically measured. It is non numerical in nature. Such type of objects or such type of data is nothing but an qualitative data that we just saw. Hence, qualitative data is a non-statistical one. I already mentioned that statistical data means we can accept something in the future. We can calculate the probability for that object. It is a statistical data. But whereas for qualitative data, we are unable to expect something in the future. We are unable to predict the things in the future. In that case, such kind of data we can call it as non-statistical data. Of course, if it is non-statistical data, unstructured one, somehow we are calling qualitative data as a semi-structured one. So generally semi-structured one means what? JSON and XML file that we just saw. So let us see an example. We already saw that. See, qualitative data is like, the table is made up of word. See this one, it is deep brown color, smells like oak, like smooth finish, golden knobs, everything we just saw. See, these cannot be measured, right? So we cannot predict. Who knows this golden color knobs will turn into some black? Who knows this you know deep brown color will turn into black? It may or it may not. So such way we cannot predict. That is a qualitative data. So when it comes to quantitative data, it is a statistical one and it is a structured one, which means, um, okay, we'll try to understand with an example. See, height of this, do you think height of a table may changes in the future? No. How many feet of tall we have taken, that we are going to have till the end. At what amount we brought, maybe it decreases, but we cannot tell that it may increases if you want to sell it. Like weight will be remain same, one or the other we can predict. So that type of data is nothing but an quantitative data. Now, which data is better for analysis? We guys already discussed quantitative data is best for analysis. Can you tell why? because
Because
it's
it is more
easy.
accurate.
Yes, of course, it is more accurate, and you know we can easily organize the data. If you, after organizing that data, you can search the data from the database, and also the quantitative data that we are maintaining right now in a relational database. Okay, so such way we are going to deal with the quantitative data. Now, what is relational database? That we just want to see now. What is relational? See, first, before going into relational databases, before understanding relational databases, we want to understand database management system. See, relational database. Relational is a kind of thing. Okay, name of a database. Okay, what is database? We are going to store the data. Okay, that storing of data is nothing but a database. To maintain that database, we need some management, right? That management is nothing but in, you know we are having different kind of managements. Like we have relational, we have hierarchical, we have networkal, we have object oriented, many like this. So DBMS is nothing but you are going to manage the database, that's all. Okay, by seeing the name, don't get panic. Oh my god, DBMS, it's again a big topic. No, it's a small one and a very interesting one. See, let's say you have you okay, we have a company. So there are 50 employees in our company, but there is no management. Now, who will be taking care of those employees? Who will be taking care that all the needs of the employee? No one, right? So one employee will come, at 8 a.m., one employee will come at 12 a.m., or else 12 p.m., like that. It is not in a perfect manner. But to run the schedule perfectly, management will make sure that every employee is coming to the office in time, they're leaving the office in time, they're maintaining work tasks in a proper way. So this all going to do by the management. The same thing here also. The like how database works, that all will be maintained by database management system. This all will be maintained by database management system. See, I'm not telling you that you can have a database without a DBMS. I'm not telling you that uh, we have a database without database management system. It's mandatory that DBMS is a, it's a software system that will maintain the database. That's it. Okay. Um, we when it comes to our body, we have database, right? In our body, we have database. Can you tell what, which part is a database? The moment I say
Brain.
brain, of course, true, right? So everything from your childhood onwards, what you have done, like how you have studies, everything will be stored in your brain. So if your brain has to function, or else see, um let's say there is a fire, and my brain was telling that don't touch that fire, so my hand will not touch that fire. Now, brain is a database, but the signals which my body sends to the hand is nothing but a management system. My nerve system is there, right? That is a database management system. This nerve system will activate my hand that I should not touch the fire. Similarly, here also, I will store some data in a database. From the database, if you want something from it, If you want to store the data into it, or you want to delete from something from the database, then your management will help you to do that. Okay, Bhavya, is this the tool that we have to learn? No, it is not a tool. It is a concept. Okay, it is just a concept. So yeah, the moment I got what is database management system, immediately I will Google it. So what is the definition I found? A database management system is a software system that is designed to manage and organize data in a structured manner. Okay, that we have seen with the real time example. It allows user to create, modify, the things which we have discussed, the same thing it was giving. Okay, see, understand the concept, frame your definition. That's it. Don't Google it, don't do anything. Now, why DBMS? Of course, we saw the definition, we saw how it actually want. But my question is, why we need DBMS? Can you tell me why? I just give you one example, right? What happens if I don't have DBMS? I don't know how to store the data. I don't know how to get the data from the database. I don't know whether it has a security or not. See, can anybody steal my information from my brain? No, no one can steal, information from our brains. Can DBMS acts like that? The information which I store in my brain will have some integrity, which means some honesty. Like what I just read or what I just saw, I'll be maintaining that in my brain. So which I will be not, the data will not be lost from my brain. Does DBMS also acting like that? Yes. If it provides security, if it provides integrity, if it has some uh, you know some consistency, then DBMS is required, right? Somehow my brain only I have, but if for many people, if they want to store some some information, of course if you want you can store, but how long you can store, how long you can remember, correct? So you're supposed to store in the systems. So many people used, including me and everybody, were using you know laptops or some computers to store the data, but back end they're maintaining some database management systems. So it will provide security, it will provide again it depends on the type of database. Okay, it will provide some consistency. So that is why we require DBMS. Now, advantages of database. Now, controls database redundancy. See, redundancy. See, from now on, you need to habituate some technical terms. Okay, some SQL technical terms. Redundancy means duplicates. You should not habituate to call duplicates. You want to call redundancy. Okay, try to habituate that one. It's my suggestion. Okay, so controls database redundancy. Now, what does it mean? The moment if you talk about database management system, every database management system are bound to control the redundancy. Of course, duplicates will have, but it is that possible that we can control the duplicates, we can remove the duplicates based on particular key column, somehow that we can control. See, let's say today I just imported 10,000 records and the next day I want to import the same 10,000 records. So today the same, tomorrow also the same, one or the records increases. So that two records if I add to my previous data, that is fine. But what if I add 12, the 10,000 records plus two records, again the duplications, right? Somehow I can remove the high recommended duplicates directly, that we can control in the DBMS. Next one is privacy. I will show you this privacy kind of thing when we enter into the server. See, without password and username, you are not supposed to enter into any database. Data integrity, which means honesty of the data. See, as we saw yesterday, how data, when the question arises like how data is stored in earlier, what the maximum answer we got? In the form of files, in the form of papers and all, right? So today, let's say I just maintained name, phone number and the marks of a student in a paper with a pencil or pen. I don't know why, but tomorrow the marks got changed. I know that a paper was not changed. I just know that paper not changed, paper is with me. But the student was asking me that, ma'am, marks got changed. Yesterday you told me, some 98, but today it was 90. Then I was like, how it will be changing? No, the paper is with me and I'm not changed. But who knows, somebody has grabbed that paper and changed the marks. There is, you know, what happens? Honesty is lost, right? I will trust the paper, but the student will not trust the paper. Paper is nothing but a data. The honesty of data is lost. But once you enter the data into the database, if someone want to change the data, they must know the username and password. Then only they can enter into the database and they can do whatever they want. So data, you will be having honesty of the data, which in technical terms we call as data integrity. Yeah, backup and recovery we are going to have. You can share the data. And consistency, see, consistency is nothing but uh, I'll give a best example. I have 2000 in my account. I just withdraw 1000 rupees. Now what was the amount that left in the bank? 1000 rupees. So that is the consistency. How much amount I draw and how much amount that left in the bank should be equal to the total amount before transaction. Before transaction is 2000, after transaction 1000 withdraw and 1000 inside the bank, which is equal to 2000. So consistent steadiness you have to maintain. Of course DBMS will maintain that steadiness as well. Data security, I already mentioned that without username and password, right, we cannot able to enter into that. Somehow we saw the advantages. Now I just established a beautiful company. I have management in order to manage all the things inside the company. So can I make everyone, the people whom I see as a manager or a management team? No. If I want to maintain some management team, the team must have some properties, right? Like they need to be regular, they need to know the rules of the company, they need to know how to communicate with the customers, they need to know how to communicate with the employees, they need to know how to solve the problem. So if these are the properties a team has, then I can immediately make the team as a management team. Similarly here also, see, okay, yeah, I'm a data engineer. I cannot go and simply tell I just introduced one DBMS today. I cannot tell that simply. No. It's okay that you can introduce to one DBMS. Tomorrow you introduce one DBMS. No one cares about it. But make sure that all the properties should satisfy. Then only your database, will going to rock the future. See, relational databases in 70s or 18s, but popularly from 2000 it got more popular. Why? It followed the properties. Along with that properties, it maintained its own rules, which will help customers and the developers, friendly manner. And um, like we have some friendly rules where our data were more secure, where our retrieval is very easy, like fetching of data is very easy. That is why relational database is more famous since 2000. So what are the properties that we want to follow if you want to introduce one DBMS? See, follow the properties and introduce one DBMS. No one will tell you that why you have introduced this one. No. So let us see the properties. See, I think you might have heard about acid properties, right? In earlier scenarios or in earlier things. Don't get panicked by seeing the name acid properties. The moment I say acid properties, many were like, oh my god, what is that? We don't know, we haven't heard. It is impossible to remember all the time. No, it's a simple story I will be telling you with these acid properties. It's a simple one. Acid means stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, D stands for durability. That's it. Remember this one? Done. You are ready to implement DBMS. It's not that, but it's good that you should know. Okay, fine. See, atomicity is nothing but, see, there I have given some definition. What it talks? The entire transaction takes place at once or doesn't happen at all. Okay, the definition was very good. But how should I remember? How should I? For that, I have a small story. Now, I went to the ATM. Okay, I just inserted my card. So remember, the moment I talk about atomicity, you should remember, because I will not repeat this story again and again. So I just enter into one ATM. So into that ATM, I just inserted one card. So after inserting card, what it will ask me, like enter pin, enter amount, something like that. After entering pin, either transaction should proceed or the transaction should decline, right? Like you will be getting that collect the amount or your card was declined. Only two options, no other options, right? Either transaction should takes place or doesn't happen at all. After entering the pin code and the amount, you should get the amount. If you're not getting the amount, it should not stuck there itself. If it's stuck there, who knows, the next person may come and they can collect the cash. Who knows that? No, right? If that is the case, you will not be withdrawing money from ATM. You will go to the bank and you will get the money. ATMs are maintaining atomicity. How? Either it is giving cash or it is declining the transaction at a time. See, that thing happens there only. It will not happens after one day or after 24 hours. No, at that time, at that moment, at that minute only it will happen. So similarly, atomicity in DBMS is nothing but, here, if you want to insert the data into table, if you want to, remember, I stands for insert. Okay, if you want to insert, if you want to update, if you want to delete, so these three, insert, update, delete, are nothing but a transactions. Okay, come again. Insert, update and delete, these three are nothing but a transactions in the SQL language. But transaction means what we remember? Bank transactions. But I will remember only the bank transactions. But in SQL, insert, update, delete are transactions. If you're inserting one record into the database, which means, see, directly you will not insert, right? You will be creating a table inside the database, and into that table you will be inserting the record. Record means what? Again, record means what? One row. I will show you what is row and what is column. Okay, one row, one information. So once insertion was taking place, updation will not. The people who, you know, who are well aware of snowflake, they can easily understand this one. We have something called deadlocks, something, that thing. Like if it is in, if one record is inserting, the table will be locked until the record got inserted. But that thing we cannot see in the databases. Okay, but in snowflake we can see that. So once insertion was done, then only update. Bhavya, who knows, I run insert statement, at the same time I run update statement. See, after inserting only update will happen. Otherwise, you will be getting a message that inserting the record got failed, updating the record got failed. You will be getting such kind of, messages in return. Why? If it insert, you will be getting insertion was successful. If it is declined, inserting record got failed due to this reason. I will show you this practically, like transaction I will show you, but I'm not sure that I can show you that insertion and updation. Once insertion got done, then only update, that I won't. But if you want, you can do it in snowflake. So this is about atomicity. Now, consistency, I told you that steadiness, right? So just before, when we are talking about advantages of DBMS, we saw the word consistency. Here also consistency is one of the property in DBMS. See some definition I just mentioned, that the database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Now let's go to the ATM. This time I will not go to ATM. I will go to bank. Okay. Otherwise, you don't want to go to bank, go to ATM only. No worries in that. Go wherever you want. Okay. Uh, Otherwise, I'll be sitting at home and I will do net banking. Now, I have 10,000 rupees in my account. Okay. I withdraw 2,000 rupees. Now, how much amount will it remain in the bank? 8,000. Now, before withdrawing the amount, how much amount I have? 10,000, right? Now, this is my, let's say it is before transaction. Now, after transaction, I withdraw 2,000 rupees, which means uh, like 10,000 minus some 2,000, which is equal to 8,000. Now tell me one thing. Say before it was 10,000, after it is 8,000. Consistency I want. If I withdraw 2,000 from 10,000, it should maintain 8,000 only. If it is maintaining 7,000, what I will do? After withdrawing, I just calculated in my mind that, okay, I will withdraw 2,000. Okay, 8,000 will be remaining in my bank. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, after 2 minutes, I got it out. Let me check my account. So I just checked my account and it was like only 7,000. What I will do? I will see the statements, what happened, where the transaction went wrong. But there is nothing like that. What I will do? Now I will rush to the bank. I will go to the bank and I will be keeping my statement in front of them. What is this? I just withdrawn 2000, but it is showing me 7000. What happening? What's happening? Where is my 1000 rupees? If that is the case, we will rush to the bank, right? Because steadiness was not there, consistency was not there. If I withdraw 2000, 8000 should show, but it is showing 8000, where consistency was not there. So like that only. If Okay, so that is about an ATM scenario. Now coming to the SQL. Now I let's say a table was containing, so this is a table, right? Let us assume this is a table with two columns. Now a table was containing three records. I just deleted one record. So three records I have. 3 minus 2, sorry, 3, one record I just deleted, right? So 1 equal to 2. So two records I want to have. Now I will open that table, or else I will get the count of the table. Now it was showing only one. Oh my god, consistency was not there. Because from out of 3, if I delete one record, it should show two records, but it is showing one record. Inconsistency. Okay, before and after the transaction, database should have to maintain the consistency. That is nothing but an consistency in terms of SQL also. See, database must be consistent. See, um, if you read this definition, you will think that okay, after and before and after the transaction, database should be same. See, after withdrawing 2000 rupees from your account, how your account will show 10,000 rupees in your account? No, right? It will show only 8,000 rupees. That is nothing but a steadiness. You calculating, and your you know your x plus y plus z amount equal to a, then it's true. It maintains the steadiness, it maintains the consistency. Okay, that is a steadiness. Now isolation, which is very important. Multiple transactions occur independently without interference. See, multiple transactions means, first of all, transactions means don't go to bank. Okay, the moment I say transactions, don't go to bank and get the statement. No, insert, update and delete. From now on, again I'm repeating, from now on transaction means only insert, update, delete. That should come to your mind. Okay, because from now on I will be talking in these technical terms only. Okay, now multiple transaction occur independently without interference. See, um fine, let's go to bank now. So this side bank, right? Now I went to bank. uh, I withdraw 1000 rupees. My father, um uh, you know what credited some 1000 rupees now. And my mother has withdrawn 10,000 rupees. Now these three are the transactions. I withdraw, my father credited, my mother withdraw. So these three transactions will occur independently. If I'm withdrawing money, it doesn't mean that my father should not credit some amount. No, he can do. If me and my father was doing, it doesn't mean that my mother should stop for a while and she can withdraw the money. No, she can withdraw while we are doing our transactions. So this insertion may occur independently, this update may occur independently, this delete may occur independently. Of course you perform, but it will occur independently. Why it will occur independently? Because see, if the if these three are dependent, first you have to insert, after update, after delete, or something like that. Every time it's not the case that you need to insert every time. It will not be the case of every time updating, every time deleting. No, sometimes it may be insertion, sometimes it may be updation, sometimes it may not be the deletion. So every transaction is an independent. That is nothing but an isolation. You heard this isolation words in 2019, 2021 most number of times, right? When people are affected with COVID-19, so what? Isolation words. What we are doing there? What isolation like isolation words people doing there? That people are moving from the crowd and going into a separate place, moving away from the crowd, isolating himself, moving away from the crowd. That is nothing but an isolation. Here also the same. Every transaction will move out of these two and it will insert the records. Now, durability. The changes of successful transaction occur even if the system failure occurs. Mm, yeah. So durability is nothing but a security, I can tell. Okay. Now, um, for example, let's come to the bank. Let's come to the ATM. I just done one transaction, like I just withdrawn some amount, but after that suddenly earthquake came in that particular ATM place. That ATM got collapsed, or else in that bank, that bank also get collapsed, or else I went to the bank, that bank also collapsed. I have phone, I will open net banking and I will see whether my transaction is successful or not. What it will show? Your transaction is successful. Your transaction is successful, or else your transaction got failed. You can take money, or you can take money back. So that durability, this DBMS will maintain. Okay, see how it is maintaining and all, I will tell you, no worries in that. That security, or that changes even if the system fails, it is going to maintain. Okay. Yeah, this is all about acid properties. So I want you to remember this one. Fine. So let us see the next one. Yeah, the next one is types of database management system. So remember that acid properties. Okay. So the moment I discuss about types of database management systems, these all types followed those acid properties. Okay, but somehow it got failed. Now, the very first one is, firstly, what are the types we have? Hierarchical database management system, network we have, relational we have, object oriented we have. These are the database management systems. So yes, we already discussed that. Right now we are having only relational, this one, relational model only we are just maintaining. What about this hierarchical? What about network? What about object oriented? What happened to these database management systems? Correct. So let us see. And if you feel like we can have hierarchical database, and if you feel like we can have network, I will tell you one thing. Okay, you can tell me, we will use that only. Now, hierarchical database management system. Let's say I have vehicle. In the vehicle, I can have two-wheeler, I can have four-wheeler. In the two-wheeler, I can have cycle, I can have bike, scooter. In the four-wheeler, I can have tractor, I can have car, minibus, bus. In the car, I have many company brands. So it is just maintaining a hierarchy. So for this, and for two-wheeler and four-wheeler, this is a parent. Correct. Now, uh, this two-wheeler and four-wheeler are children. This for bike and scooter, two-wheeler is a parent and bike and scooter is a children. This is a parent now, and these three are children's. Now, this is a parent and these are the children's. See, hierarchical database management system will maintain the parent and child relationship. Hierarchy means we know, right? From the generations. See, this is a parent of this two-wheeler. Two-wheeler is a parent of bike and scooter, and also vehicle is a parent of four-wheeler. Four-wheeler is a parent of car and tractor. Car is a parent of sedan and SUVs. So hierarchy it is going to maintain. Now, if I want to insert some records into the SUV's data, what I have to do? I have to travel through all these hierarchy. So, like this, I want to travel. And tell me one thing, how data is stored. I told you that, I think I don't. But remember, in the relational database management system, um, data will be stored in the form of tables. Correct? That's why I'm talking about tables and all. Now, it's okay that if I want to insert some record into the SUVs, then I want to travel all those things, right? Now, let me know how data is stored in hierarchical database management system. Any idea?
No, Bhavya, I don't have any idea.
So, okay, fine. See, um, for example, um, let's say I want to have the information of particular person, like his name, his phone number, his salary, or in which company he is working. So the moment I ask the information about that particular person, how you guys going to tell me? Like I asked you to mention it in a piece of paper and give me. So how you guys going to give me that papers? Like you will be maintaining in a paragraph or you will be maintaining in a table? Which format you will be giving me that? It's fine, no worries. Remember this question. End of the day, I'll be asking. Okay? See, here hierarchical database management system will not maintain the tables. It will not maintain tables. Okay, if it want to maintain the tables, and it's again an easy one, but no worries, but it will not be maintaining the data in the form of table. Somehow it will be maintaining in the form of files. Okay, if that is the case, it is highly impossible. See, if I have small amount of data, it's okay, I can go ahead with hierarchical database management system. But right now we are not dealing with 10,000 records or 20,000 records. We are dealing with KBs, GBs, terabytes of data. In that case, hierarchical database management system fails. Do you think HDBMS did not maintain the acid properties? No, it maintained. It maintained. But this is a scenario of 60s. Okay. In some 1960s or 1940s, around that time, HDBMS came into the picture. Somehow people are happy with it, but later on data got increased, but Getting the information was very slow. I want to get the information from SUV data. How I'm going to get? Somehow it is not in the table, so I will not get directly. As SUVs, I need to go to vehicle. From vehicle, I need to go to four wheeler. From four wheeler to car. From for car to SUVs. Much time taking process. If that much time it has to take, I'm sure, right? If you do transaction today, tomorrow it will reflect on your database. I'm not sure if it is tomorrow or not. Correct? So somehow hierarchical database management system got failed. After that, after it got failed, networkal DBMS come into the picture. See, without something, without introduction or invention of something, other thing will not be failed, right? So until NDBMS, HDBMS was a successful one. But the people noticed that it is working very slow, and they worked for networkal database management system. So how? See, the name itself is indicating that it is going to maintain the network. See, in the college, I can have department, I can have many departments. For all these departments, we can have director. See, in the college also we can have departments. For the director also, sorry, for the departments, we can have one director. Somehow we can connect this college with the director. Like how? College department to director. Directly we can connect. College department to director. So somehow it is maintaining the network. It is not that parent and child. No. For this it is a parent. This is a child. For this it is a parent. It is a child. Okay, for one child, two parents will not be there, right? Correct? For one child, see, I'm not telling you that one parent means only mother. No, I'm not telling that. One parent means mother and father. So for one child, two mothers will not be there, right? So same thing here also. It is not a hierarchical, it is a networkal. We are going to have the network. For one child, we can have mother and we can have stepmother if required, or like if any. So that is a network. We can't tell that these are my parents. No, no. For department, we don't have parents here. We have network here. For see, let's say Bhavya here. Department one means Bhavya. So Bhavya has a network. It's not Bhavya has two parents. No. Now, if I want to get the information of department one, I can directly go to the director and I can go to the college thing and I can get. But after few days, hierarchical failed, networkal got failed because of introduction of a relational database management system. Just because RDBMS comes into the picture, NDBMS got failed. In 70s, NDBMS got failed. In 70s only, relational database management system was introduced by EF Cod, but somehow, I'm telling you it, but somehow it got more popular in 2000s. Bhavya, what is so special about relational database management system? I will tell you that, but before that, let us finish this one, object oriented database. See, the name itself is telling object oriented database. Somehow, if you want to maintain this, you want to learn Java. See, nowadays, many people are talking about Python, right? Python with database. Like pandas, we have, if you want to do something in a database, we have pandas library and we can do something. So such kind of programming languages help us to maintain the database somehow where it is storing in the database only, right? So that is why DBMS we call. So with the help of programming language, if you do, then it is nothing but an object oriented database management system. It's okay, fine, we are not doing it because we have a beautiful thing called relational database management system. Let us see the relational database, which is a beautiful invention by EF Cod. Okay, see, why the name relational came into the picture, and how it is different from other DBMS, why it is so popular since 25 years, so 24 years, why it is since popular from 24 years, is really the world following RDBMS? These are the questions I have in my mind so far. Okay, so let us see. Mm,
There are
just
other
concentrate
database.
here.
Sorry, Vaibhav, there are other
Yes.
databases also in the market currently. Time series. There are other kind of databases also. So why we are still going with the relational DBMS rather than going with other database?
Okay. Um, database. I'm not sure what you're telling. Database time series. What does it mean?
Yeah, there is a kind of object-oriented database you mentioned, right?
Okay.
There is another kind
Okay.
of database called time series database as well. So, are we still referring RDBMS? I mean, more advantageous than other database, right? How it is more advantageous?
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes. Good question. See, that we will see. I just put a question for you guys that I just want the information about a particular person, right? Like name, number, and the salary of that particular person, or something, some information. Now, one person came up, uh, by writing like a paragraph, and another person came up by writing it in a table format, which I can easily understand. Of course, table format, because by seeing it direct, see the same thing which you are seeing in the screen right now. um yeah. See, this is the table, right? Now the same thing I will be mentioning it in the paragraph. What you have to do, what I have to do, customer ID, um, Google customer with the customer ID 1, and it his status was active, and the Amazon customer with customer ID 2, and his status is also active. But the Apple customer, which is ID 3, was inactive. So like that I just written. For you it will take 1 minute of time to read the sentence. But if I and like if I want 10th person whether he is active or not, let's say in which it was active, that's again a different story. 10th person whether active or not. So if I mention the same thing in a table, immediately I will see the 10th person, I will go here, yes, he is active. If it is a paragraph, wait, this is first person, full stop, second person, full stop, third person, okay, 10th person, yes, he is active. It will take hardly 1 minute of time. See, relational database management system comes with the beautiful concept called table. Table, everything you will be maintaining in a table. If you maintain anything in a table, of course you will be having the relation between the tables. No worries in that. No performance issue, nothing. Tables will help us to understand the data easily, and it will get the data easily. See, for me it is very easy to understand. What about the system? Within a milliseconds of time it will get the output. It is a major advantage. So that is why RDBMS stood first, by keeping all other databases aside. Say, don't tell databases, management systems aside. Okay, again, databases means it's a kind of storage. So it is a management system, right? So management system in the form of tables it is going to store. And the question I just asked you, it's an interview question which I faced when when I attended interview earlier. Okay, they just asked me like, this is the thing we like, these are the employees I have in my company, and these are the people we have. Um their information is this one. Take a board, take a marker, represent it in a way that we can easily understand. For me, it's a table. I don't know for them which makes them understand more easily. For me, it's a table. So the same thing happens here also. Okay, that is why RDBMS is, you know, good. So let us understand this table one, what we call and all. Uh, Forgot about this primary key. Okay, we'll see it later. Um, See, these are rows. These are rows, and these are columns. Okay. See, um, rows are also known as tuples, or you can call it tuples or tuples. Anything is fine. But I'll be calling it as records. See, this thing, this whole thing is nothing but a record. Okay, you can call it record or tuple or row. And this is a column or an attribute. See, attributes is nothing but, um, for example, um, I'm a human being, right? My name, my date of birth, my phone number. See, these are the attributes. Okay. Uh, like in the name column, I can mention n number of humans. In the phone number column, I can mention n number of phone numbers. Okay. So that is nothing but an attributes, which we can also call as columns. But you should make sure that you should know the names, so that one or the other person may using um, tuples. Some are using record, some are using row. In my case, I will be using rows. Sorry, records. Okay, something we are, total of columns we call it as degree. Some like total of rows is a cardinality. It's okay. Again, don't move into the further, more deeper. Cardinality is nothing but a relationship. I will tell you in a further classes. So, what makes RDBMS different? Storing of table. Why it is different? Because we can query the data easily, we can insert the data easily, we can talk to the database easily. See, just because the table format was easy to understand, EF code introduced SQL language also. Okay, see, we have an SQL language which can uh, directly, we can talk to the this only table format things. See, take SQL language, try to talk with HDBMS database. I'm telling you, right, it will slap you on face. Which database MS is leading the world now? Which one? RDBMS. Now, to communicate with RDBMS, which is required, SQL is required. What is SQL? Structured query language. Okay. See, my task for you is, I told you that relational database management system is leading the world now. Okay? Figure out whether I am correct or not. I already mentioned in the very first day of class, don't just simply nod your heads, just the thing which I told you. I am giving you a challenge that our DBMS is leading the world. I have many proofs. Okay. Let's say the popular tool Snowflake. How data is stored. Arey, forget about columnar storage or row storage. Don't dig deeper. Just table. ADF or else Azure SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, Redshift in the form of tables. These are all popular when it comes to visualization. How data is stored in the form of tables. Stored means, of course, we load the data, right? In the form of tables only, we are going to load. Of course, if it is not in the form of table, from the CSV, if I load into the Power BI or something, it is converting and loading and keeping it in a table format only. So I have proofs with me. I request you to prove me wrong. Okay, fine. Now, see, I am communicating with you. See, let's say you are from China. You don't know English. You know only China language, Chinese language. I know only English. I know only Telugu. I don't know English. You don't know English. You know China. I know Telugu. Can I communicate with you? It's highly impossible, yaar. Because you can't understand Telugu. I can't understand Chinese. It's highly impossible to communicate. That is why one medium is required. Which medium? In our case, English is a medium which you can communicate with me. I mean, Bhavya can communicate with the Chinese person in English because English is a medium for us. Similarly, Bhavya can communicate with relational database, which means with the tables. With which medium? With what medium? SQL as a medium. What is SQL? It is a language. Which kind of language? It's a structured query language. Structured English query language. Okay. Remember, what is the moment if someone asks what is SQL, don't just give a definition. It is a language that helps us to talk with the relational databases. No, give your own definition. It is a medium to communicate. You can tell with the relational data. See, make sure relational databases only. SQL will not communicate with HDBMS. SQL will not communicate with HDBMS. SQL will not communicate with OODBMS. Oh my god, what is SQL? The major thing comes into the picture. From tomorrow onwards, actual topic is going on. I request you to concentrate and have a note. Okay, just have one notebook or maintain the document. We will see what is SQL in deeper. See, these are all things we just seen, just like that, because it's not that important. But our motto is to learn SQL, right? Yeah. From tomorrow onwards, we'll see what is SQL and how, what are the things we have, what are the sub languages we have, and all. That's all for today, guys. Any doubts or anything you want to know?
I'm good, Bhavya. Thank you.
Yeah. It's good that you are keeping some questions. Um, who is this?
This is Ashok.
Yeah, good. Nice. So, um, please be, interactive in the class. I'm telling to you all, because so that only I can give you more knowledge. If you are not interactive, I'm sure I'll finish it off in a 20 days.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Bhavya, can I
Yes.
have a question? Like, so do you know Power PA, Bhavya?
Yeah, I just, like real time practice, I don't know, but I worked on it, like internal
No.
assignments kind of thing.
Okay. So, I mean, I thought